Greetings, everyone. Nickie Brown here. Oh, wait. Hey, y'all. So, I wanted to kind of talk about a serious topic, but for those who know me, know that I don't really like to be emotional, so it makes me uncomfortable. So I have to laugh about it. It's that nervous and uncomfortable laughter that comes out of me. So it is what it is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So anyhow, you may feel as if I like my press-on nails. I love this color. Anyway, um, you may feel as if you've never been loved, or at least you've never been loved in a way that you can receive it. Um, because in someone else's mind, they may have been showing you love, but if this person had a mental illness, or if this person um, has become jaded, or just has been through so much, has made them angry or cold, they may not have been able to show you love in a certain way. Also, some people show love by giving money. Now, keep in mind that some people, they're not showing you love, they're actually trying to manipulate you with money. So you have to kind of, and that's not easy to determine, especially when you're a child, um, or a teenager, or even a young adult, or even an older adult, because the idea is that, oh, this person is helping me, but really they're helping themselves. So you kind of have to be able to use your discernment, and that comes with, learning lessons in life, and learning people and their personalities and what their true intentions and motives are. But there are some people who do show love by giving money because that's what was done to them. Not realizing that you would rather have them there, or get to know their personality. Some people don't even know how to do that. It's for some people it's intentional, and for some people it's not. So you may feel as if you've never ever received love, not from your relatives, not from a relationship, not from friends. You've never truly had anyone around you who truly and genuinely showed you love in a way that you can receive it. But guess what? You can show yourself love. And yes, it's a learning lesson. This is a completely different way of thinking about life, and a completely different way of thinking about doing things. And it's not a selfish love, because you have to love yourself first. Also, giving to others. When you give, you receive. A lot of people are selfish and they try to hold on and be tight with things. But the more you put out into the universe, in not expecting anything in return, that love returns to you naturally. Because we all experience karma, whether you believe it or not. So, what type of karma are you putting out into the universe? Are you putting out good karma or not so good karma? And a lot of times, people do things against you, and so they assume that you're doing the same thing because that's what they do, or that's what other people around them do, when they're not realizing that's their own karma coming back to bite their off. So nobody's ever really doing anything to you. It's all an experience. And so we must ask ourselves, what did I learn from this experience? Am I able to grow for this experience? Or am I allowing myself to spiral down in the abyss of depression and anger and animosity? Or am I rising above like a phoenix or a falcon or a cardinal? Am I looking at it from a wise perspective like an owl? What are you doing with those experiences that you've had? Again, nobody ever did anything to you. They're just operating from their own place of need. So if their need tells them that they need to be greedy in order to have and maintain, to have and to hold, they're going to be greedy. And yeah, it may be spite against you, but really they're trying to satisfy their own needs, so they don't really care about anybody else except for their need and what they want. They're trying to satisfy their own ego. That's one of the reasons why forgiveness is important. Most people operate out of their own basic needs, whether they have to be a crab in a barrel and step on people's necks, or climb out of the barrel and do their own thing. But as you can see, most people stay inside the barrel, like the crabs. So, if you feel like you are this person, you were always the black sheep, the ugly duckling, the weakest link. You weren't the weakest link. You were actually the strongest one. You were actually the most unique one. You were actually the most gorgeous one, the most handsome one out of the bunch. And those people saw that in you. And so that's why they responded to you the way that they did, by showing you a lack of love, thinking they could keep you in a low place, thinking they can keep you from elevating higher. And some of them, maybe they succeeded. Maybe they succeeded for years. Maybe they didn't. Maybe you just led them to believe that they were succeeding. And in the meantime, you were still doing your own thing. But you just had to be a different person. And I did that for years. I was a different person. I'm not going to say that I was being fake, because that's not what I call it. But if you choose to call it that, that's your business. But I know I can only show certain aspects of my personality with certain people. But for me, I felt like I was accepting people for who they are, the way that they are. But then I realized I don't have to do that in the name of friendship, or in the name of a relative, or in the name of love. What's love got to do with it? What about me? What about you? Are you people pleasing? And just like I said, having these different connections with people that you know don't serve a good purpose in your life, who you know aren't really good for you, who you know make you, who trigger you. They trigger you, right? And you're sitting there allowing yourself to be triggered, and you're not standing your ground. You're not setting a boundary. You're just dealing with it. That's people pleasing. You don't have to do that because you felt like you were unloved. Because really what you're doing is searching for love in all the wrong places. Because these people don't really love you. They love the idea of you. They love what you have to offer them or bring to the table for them and their needs. But then as soon as you walk away, they're gossiping behind your back. And then they don't realize that the people in their life who really like you, they're coming back to tell you, oh yeah, so-and-so says such and such, or they don't really mess with you like that, or whatever the case may be. And you may still tolerate this person, because again, I did this for years and years and years. Knowing this person really don't deal with me like that, but just to say, oh, I have somebody to talk to, or I have somebody around, or I have a friend. Knowing that they're not really my friend, or really, in a relationship with me. It's not a real relationship. It's a situationship. Or this relative really doesn't mess with me like that. And I know if I tell them my business, all they're doing is going back to the rest of the family to gossip about it. But just to have them around, that's people pleasing, because it's not doing anything for you but hurting you and putting you in a situation that's triggering you and making you feel some kind of way. And then you walk away, you go home, and you're like, I really don't want to be bothered with that person. But it's like you're forcing yourself to stay because you're not loving yourself. You're loving the idea of being in these situations more than you are loving yourself. Because nobody wants to be alone. Everybody wants somebody to talk to, hang out with, go get something to eat with, maybe go to a movie, you know, have a drink, go to the club or whatever it is that you're into, the beach, vacation, all those different things. But then when you go on vacation and you say, oh, take this picture, and the person takes a picture and you're like, oh, well, just share it with me, and they never fucking share it with you. Or even if it's at the backyard barbecue and you say, oh, take my picture, and again, they never share that picture with you. And you ask and ask, and I mean, you may ask a few times and then you're like, you know what? That person is up. But people do spiteful stuff like that. And yeah, it could be considered mean or evil, but that's who they are, the way that they are. So are you accepting BS and still dealing with it and still around this person, knowing that they're not any good for you? You don't have to do that. You can distance yourself. You can even go no contact. Even if it's a supervisor at work, you can do your best to keep everything work related. And if that person tries to share some of their personal life because they're trying to pull some information out of you, you can just respectfully listen or not. Again, you can set a boundary without getting upset. You don't have to yell at anybody. You don't have to curse at anybody. You can just respectfully say, oh, I would like to keep it professional, and walk away. If that's what you so choose to do, however you choose to handle it, but you can handle it in a respectful way. Because your supervisor's probably, you know, looking at you some kind of way too. So again, they don't really have your best interest at heart because, you know, they see you as competition. So they do all the fake, oh yeah, bro, yeah. And yet again, when you walk away, it's a whole nother story. Or they try to intentionally get people to sabotage you or provoke you. They will actually go to somebody and have them come to you to ask you questions or start a conversation. People don't have a backbone. They're very passive aggressive. So they try to go through other people to achieve a certain goal instead of just being genuine or even being kind. Some people don't know how to do that. Again, it's based on their need and not yours. They don't care about your needs. If they want something from you, like some information, because they're trying to, you know, you come up with these great ideas and they don't want you to get credit for it. So they try to steal your ideas. So again, they try to get people to sabotage or provoke you to get rid of you. So that when they go to HR with these ideas, it looks like it came from them. So what they'll do is try to, you know, get people to pick you for as much information as possible. And they think they're being clever and they think they're being so smart. But the Most High sees everything. The angels, the spirit guides, the ancestors, whatever word or term you use, universe, and I say this all the time, there is a higher power that sees what you're doing and knows what your thoughts are. So these people aren't really getting away with anything. But again, this is something you're experiencing and it's triggering you, it's hurting you, it's making you sad. But again, I ask you, what did you learn from all of that? What did you learn from your parents dishonoring you and you not showing you love? What did you learn from your aunts and uncles dishonoring you and not showing you love? What did you learn from your sisters and brothers dishonoring you and not showing you love? What did you learn from your cousins dishonoring you and not showing you love? What did you learn from those friends dishonoring you and not showing you love? What did you learn from those co-workers, associates, acquaintances dishonoring you and not showing you love? What did you learn from that boss, that leader, alleged leader, manager who abused their power and dishonored you and did not show you respect? What did you learn from it? Did you learn to treat yourself better? Did you learn not to do the same thing to other people? Or did you repeat the same behaviors and dishonor yourself and not show your self-love and not show your self-respect? How did you handle it? Are you able to be alone so that you can really think about these things? Or do you go from one relationship to another 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 relationship? From one toxic friend to another toxic friend to another toxic friend to another toxic, to hanging out with one toxic relative to another to another to one. What are you able to sit and think and have your quiet time, or what I like to call my me time, and really think about what has happened? Can you live by yourself for at least 6 months? Now, if you already live with somebody, you're married, maybe you can't do that. But are you able to go into a quiet room or space in your home or in your car or to the park and sit and maybe write and just have at least an hour or two to yourself to think about your own thoughts and not what somebody else has told you that you should be thinking? And that was how someone else told you you should live. When you were a child and you wanted to jump over a gate and somebody said, "Oh, don't do that, you're going to get hurt." Did you stop doing that forevermore? Or did you sneak and jump over the gate when they weren't around? Are you able to still sneak and jump over the gate and still be who you want to be and live your life the way you want to live? Now, maybe if you wanted to be a firefighter and you're 50 something years old, maybe you've passed the threshold to pass the physical, but can you be a volunteer firefighter? Can you do that? If you've always wanted to write a book, are you able to get that book? I don't care if you're 90. There's all the software. You can talk into the microphone or talk into the computer and it'll type everything for you. All you have to do is proofread it. There's Kindle Direct Publishing. You can self-publish your own book right on Amazon. Have you always wanted to go skydiving? Again, I don't care if you're 90. Can you do the mock skydiving, or will you be willing, ready, willing, and able to go and sign up to skydive? Whatever it is that you've been wanting to do and holding yourself back from doing, are you willing to show yourself that love and not make an excuse? "Oh, I'm too old, I'm too heavy, I'm too bald head, I'm too whatever"? Because all of these things are just excuses. Because you're trying to justify your lack of ambition and motivation to move forward and really love on yourself and do the things that you want to do. Or because somebody else said to you, "Oh, that's stupid, you don't want to really do that." And you're thinking in your mind, "But I do really want to do that." You just that quick, you let somebody talk you out of it. But if you stand up for yourself and say, "No, I really do want to do that," and you go and do it, nobody can stop you. I don't care what they say. Stop allowing what other people say to control you. You've been doing that your whole life. And that's why you feel like you're in a place where you're unhappy, because you didn't learn from the experiences. You allowed those experiences to manipulate and control you. And shape you into something that you never were. But you have the strength to rise above that and be who you've always wanted to be and be who you truly are. Doesn't mean you're hurting anybody else, but if they are hurt by it, that's their own insecurities, their own jealousy, their own envy, and it really doesn't have anything to do with you. So if you want to skydive, don't let anybody tell you that's stupid. Find somebody else who wants to skydive. That somebody might be on the internet. There are plenty of groups. Whatever you're into, there are groups, I promise you, on all social media. All you got to do is Google it. Skydiving groups. Something will come up. I can assure you, you'll find link after link after link after link. Oh, look at this group. Look at that group. You may have to answer a few assessment questions. Why do you want to join this group? Because you've always had a desire to. Simple. It's not anything complicated, folks. But it is showing yourself some love. And again, not allowing anyone else to control you or dictate your life and tell you that the things that you want to do in life are stupid because they don't want to do it, because they don't have the courage to do it, or they didn't have the strength to stand up, or they let someone else talk them out of their dreams and goals. That doesn't have anything to do with you. Do what you want to do. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this makes you more aware of the things that may be going on around you or have going on in your life since you were a child. And that you can rise above them and be your own person, be your own boss, be your own leader, whatever that means for you. I love y'all. And again, I hope this was helpful. If you'd like, comment, share, and we can talk about it later.